Today we're going to be talking about the best black metal albums of 2023. That's right, there's a couple in my end of the year list which I'll gloss over. I'll mention them again because they are some of the best of the year, but I'll talk about some of the other albums I didn't get to mention in my top 10 of 2023, and it's a celebration of all things black. Get your coffees, get your black witcheries, get your black funerals, get your blacks. Because today, we're blacking it up. We're black.com, and we're gonna spunk all over your ass with juicy metal goodness. Ain't that right? So today, let's get started with the ones I mentioned in my top 10 of 2023. The first one being taake, which was one of the highest of the year. Great Norwegian black metal band. Frontman, such a charismatic little nugget, isn't he? I love the music, and this one was one of his best, which is crazy, but enough about that. We also had hellripper, which was ripping people's assholes open the entire year through. This is on loads of people's end of the year list. It was on mine. I love him to pieces. This album is... it might be my favourite. You know, it might be my favourite now on re-listen. It's such a good album. All their albums are good. This new one just has, I don't know, more flavour. The sound's better. Like, the songs are just more intricate. Jerking off over it aside, it's in my top 10 of the year, so go listen to it. Hellripper's new album as well. Another one was Mesarthim for the more spacey, pestilence are shivering in the boots. Spacey black metal, that joke's gonna get old real fucking fast. Spacey black metal, trance-like, got dance rhythms, but also kind of atmospheric, taking you off into the cosmos. And I love that album. So Arrival is such a great album by Mesarthim. Good stuff. Next up, Marduk. We also had Memento Mori. Marduk coming back after Victoria, which was a bit of a misfire. War-related joke. In my opinion, didn't really like Victoria. All her other albums are fucking killer, aside from Victoria. But now they come back with Memento Mori, and it's one of the best albums since the middle period. I love it. It's mid-paced at times when it needs to be, with cool bells chiming, crashing in with the riffs, heavy as fucking parts. It's great, vocals are great, Marduk's great. Yeah, Memento Mori, bloody banger. And then last but not least, we also had Enslaved with Heimdall. Enslaved can do no wrong. You know, not death, this is a black metal video, you fucking fanny. Prog black metal, they haven't got a single bad album. I'm not big into Monumention, but it's still a good album, it's just different to all the others. But yeah, flawless discography. They do... this is what Mad Mike said on the Discord, and I was kind of like, yeah, I kind of agree. They do Opeth better than Opeth do nowadays. Not as good as old Opeth, but nowadays they just do the prog mixing in black and death and stuff better. So yeah, Enslaved can do no wrong. Love it. New album's killer. Next up is Aeturnus, which is a new entry on the list. Love this album when it came out as well. Very brooding, very moody, and it's just as good as all the classics. So yeah, Aeturnus, another classic Norwegian band. There you go, those are the ones I mentioned before. Let's get in with some new juicy shit, shall we? Dodheimsgard with Black Medium Current. Not mentioned this, but this is on loads of people's radars, and it's such a weird, avant-garde, interesting, industrial, space-like listen. It's hard to describe it. There's passages within these songs that are just mesmerizing in a weird way. It's for fans of, say, like Arcturus. Like, if you liked Arcturus, the weirder side of it, you know, then you'll like that. You know, it has the screams, and it also has the kind of cool trance-like melodies within as well. It's such a cooking pot of different genres and styles, but it works so well. Unlike that Kim Dracula fucking album, fuck that piece of shit. This one just, it works so well. Didn't quite make my top 10 because I had to mix in other genres, you know, funeral doom, death metal, because Cannibal Corpse and shit had albums. But it was close by. Really like this album, and it's a lot of people's number one, so yeah, it's a good album and one of the best of the year for black metal. Next up, which I'm really annoyed didn't make the list, is Helviga, and I'm going to butcher this name. I never know how to say this name. Juda? is that how you say it? It's probably, the T is probably silent, right? So it's Juda. Or Juda. My Juda's going on. I don't know. Anyway, the band's fantastic. This new album is furious as hell. Love the art. It's so weird, but the art drew me in. The kind of white and red. I love that kind of style. Furious as hell. Vocals are insane and intense. It's one of the best of the year. And really narrow. It's probably my number 11. No, it's probably my number 11. But aeturnus kind of niggled it out of it. You know, because snatch the feet away from him. So yeah, Helvega by tsjuder is fucking good. Let me know how to actually say that in the comments. Next up is afsky with 100R. Oh, melody, beauty, serenity. This is such a sorrowful album. I saw them live and they played a lot of songs from this album and it was just magical, beautiful. So good. This is for that melancholic time, this kind of atmospheric black metal that's just so sorrowful, and I love that kind of shit. You know, I love my doom metal, I love my catatonias and stuff like that, and DSBM and funeral doom, so of course I like the sorrowful black metal shit as well. I'm just a sweetheart inside, really. But yeah, I love this album. It's fantastic. Their other two albums are bloody bangers as well, so I hope they just keep releasing more stuff like this, because it's beautiful. Tear in the eye. Oh hey, it's esoctrilihum with the stupid ass title. Astral Constellations, the Magical Zodiac. Such a stupid name, but esoctrilihum's so good. This album's long. It is a long schlong, boy. It's like 2 hours. It's kind of similar lengths to like the previous album, Dive Requiem. It's in a similar vein as well, so people who liked, I said previous album, there's been hundreds of albums since then, you muppet. Like Funeral. But yeah, it's in a similar vein to Dive and Eternity of Sheog, which are my favourite kind of albums, so I enjoy that it's gone back to that style. But yeah, so Trillium, they have a lot of varied albums, and this one just happens to be back to the style that I prefer. The more strange, alien-like vocals, long album, creepy as fuck, feels like you're on another planet listening to it. Good stuff. And it's Beanman's favourite, innit? If it's Beanman's favourite, then it's gotta be good, right? Yeah. Die Catafalque with Alfold is next. Die Catafalque is another unique, cool Hungarian band. The last album was in my top of the year. Vadak is fantastic. This one just as good. This one's heavier. This is one of the heaviest Die Catafalque albums. Some of the early stuff's pretty heavy as well, but this is one of the heavier, newer Die Catafalque albums, and it's just unrelenting all the way through. But that cool vocal style, unique flares within the music, and it's just a breath of fresh air. Really cool. I think I prefer Vadak to it, which is why it didn't make my top 10, but it's still one of the best black metal albums of the year, and Die Catafalque continue to impress on each album. Very good. Next up, may trigger someone. Lamp of Murmurs, Saturnian Bloodstorm. This one I really loved. Some people were disappointed because it was more immortal worship than the previous raw stuff. I liked it because they not only made a great melodic black metal album, they made it better than Immortal did themselves. Yeah? That's fucking hard. They made it better than the fucking kings of mellow black. And I know you could say Dissection is or whatever. Fucking who cares? My favourite's Old Man's Child. Who gives a shit? But yeah, I think the album was fantastic. The melodies were on point. Just everything was just so fun. It was a fun album and definitely different from what I expected. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. So it's going to be on my favourites, my black metal best of the year. So here it is. I need a sippy for this next one. Because we're getting creepy with Bluetooth Nords, Disharmonium Nahab. Almost sounds like Ahab, and anything that sounds like that is going to be in my top of the year, baby. This is creepy as shit. If you thought the previous one was creepy, which was my album of the year, this one just takes the cake. Holy mother of God. Godlike eldritch abominations. You are literally in H.P. Lovecraft's world when you're listening to this album, and that's what it feels like. Tentacle monsters that come to rape you, and you're gonna let them because the music's so soothing. Yum yum yum. Thantifaxath is next with Hive Mind Narcosis. Yeah, I actually said it right this time. This album is ridiculously insane. It's kind of in that kind of avant-garde, Deathspell, Omega, Blue House Nord, some of the albums. Dissonant, aggressive, chaotic, very confusing. Fans of like Deathspell, Imperium Triumphant, stuff like that. Very challenging listen, but very heavy and very rewarding at the end. So, really cool stuff. What more can I say? Really cool, and it caught me by surprise. It's very good. Next up is Fjordwalls by Minenwerfer. Oh, I love this album. This album is so bleak and just unrelenting, and it's got the horrors of war aspect going for it. There are other albums that are cool, a bit more different style, like Album Pass, but this one, I don't know, this one's just furious, unrelenting, and it feels like you're in the trenches, getting bombarded by shells and just barbed wire around your neck. It's good. It's a very good album, and it should be my top 10. I don't know why it isn't. This is a bad omission, and this needs to be my top 10, but it's here. I'm giving it some love now. Go listen to it. Minenwerfer, fucking good shit. Goatmoon is next. I love Goatmoon. All their albums are great, and this is no exception. What once was shall be again. Yeah, I got the list here is why I keep looking, because my memory is bad. Getting old, I'm getting the fucking Alzheimer's. Yeah, this album is just so good. I talked about it before in my best of January or whenever it came out. Still holds up. Melodies are fantastic. The vocals are beautiful. It's atmospheric black at its peak. Fucking love it. Love it. And I'm not just going to not put it here because of controversy, because I've got Peste Noir ranking. I've got Goatmoon ranking. I've got fucking Satanic Woman, like Horner. Like, I don't give a shit. It sounds good. It's going on my playlist and I'm going to rep it. So, fuck you. Also, Moonlight Sorcery with Horned Lord of the Fawned Castle. That's like a nice little poem or rhyme. Good title though, but very unique album. Very fun one. It's kind of thrashy. It's kind of up there in the thrashy kind of nature, but it still has those melodies. Still has the cool ass vocals. It didn't quite make my top 10. I heard a lot of people hyping it. And I listened to it, and it kind of underwhelmed me on first listen, but then on repeated listens, I was starting to get into the melody, starting to get into the groove of it, and I was like, okay, this is actually pretty good. I was just being one of those fucking assholes who's, when everyone hypes something up, I'm the guy who's like, it's not that fucking good, and then I'll listen to it, and I'll be like, nah, it's shit, even though really it's pretty good. I'm one of them. Let me know down below if you're one of them as well, because I know you are. Come on, if someone's hyping an album up, I'm in my head. I'm already thinking it's not going to be that good, is it? You are just a cunt. That's literally my thought process in my head. So yeah, let me know down below if you think the same way as Questy. But yeah, I know when I'm wrong, and I'll admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong on this one because it's bloody good and well worth your time and money. Well earned those schmeckles. Now there's been loads of black metal releases of 2023. Those are just the ones I think are the best. There's some others I've missed off. I know some people are going to be screaming like the majors and stuff like that. Jamie Halsey's going to be screaming because we just listened to an album yesterday. But I need loads of time, to get the albums into me, which is why December, they can go fuck themselves. Any albums that come out in December basically are written off because there's not enough time to put it on any end of the year lists. So yeah, that's my list for the best black metal albums of 2023. Do you agree? Let me know. What's going on with my voice? Let me know down below. And yeah, have some fun. Go listen to these albums. Go give them some love, support them, and keep listening and keep checking out new black metal releases, because anyone who says like black metal's dead or it's only good in 91, they can literally fuck themselves. They can. They need to touch grass, and then someone needs to set the grass on fire and hold them down in the fucking fire so they're char grilled. Wow, Shadow the Hedgehog is just coming out all the time in this video. But yeah, let me know down below, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.